Hello and welcome to another Mr. Smith video. Before we get started today, let me ask you, what happened when the crew aboard ship finished all their work? They were all aboard. Okay, so today we're talking about Lake Erie, okay? As you can see down here right next to me or behind me here. Okay, so in the early 1800s, the United States embarked on one of its greatest engineering feats, the Erie Canal. Most people didn't think it could be done. In fact, it was originally seen as just, a miserable failure in the works. The Erie Canal was designed to connect Lake Erie from the Great Lakes all the way to the Hudson River. Now, this did a couple of things. Number one, it connected the Great Lakes to all the American shipping from the coast. Number two, it made it so that they didn't have to ship things down through Canada, through Lake Ontario, and then overland to Lake Erie. Now, why is this important? This is important because the United States is growing and expanding. With the new settlement and new lands around the area of the Great Lakes region, you need supplies and materials to settle those areas. And you need an easy way to do that. And hauling things over land is slow, it is expensive, it is not a good way to help expand those territories. The Erie Canal solves all this problem with an easy waterway. This is one of the old maps of the waterway as it hits the Hudson River there. The Erie Canal is started on July 4th, 1817, and will eventually be finished in 1825. It connects the Hudson River to Lake Erie and is vital for American development in the West, or what we now call the Midwest. Okay, when it's completed, it'll be 363 miles long. It will have 18 aqueducts. Think of these as like water bridges that carry the canal over ravines, other rivers, and various things. It has 83 locks. A lock is like a water elevator. The boat goes into it, they close all the doors, they fill the water or lower the water, depending on which way the boat is going. When the water level gets to the next door, they open the door, the boat floats out. The elevator can then be used to go up or down again. So there is a 568-foot difference between the Hudson River and Lake Ontario. So they're actually going up 500 and some odd feet. The canal is 4 feet wide and 40 feet deep. Each boat can carry 30 tons of freight. Now, compare this to a wagon where you may have several hundred pounds of freight, and you can see why this is very important for developing the West. You see in this picture how these boats would have been pulled by horses or carts along that path. That path along the edge that followed the whole thing was about 10 foot wide. The canal will eventually be enlarged in 1836 and again in 1862. Its final enlargement for modern day traffic will happen in 1903. It is considered one of the greatest engineering marvels in the world for its time and is still way up there in incredible engineering marvels to this day. The Erie Canal was vital for helping America supply the Midwest and expanding American settlement to the area. Goods, trade routes, military supplies, troops, all of that needed to get there somehow, and the Erie Canal is what did it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up another video from Mr. Smith. Keep working on your schoolwork this week. We will see you next time.